Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at more Am I Wrong stories. Yeah, let's just get right into the video. I work from home and today a woman who I did not know knocked on my front door. When I answered the door, I was in the middle of a work Zoom meeting that I was co-leading and was a little irritated because she kept ringing the doorbell until I could answer. The woman told me she was driving by my house and could see my large apple tree in my backyard filled with apples. Then she asked if she could come into my backyard to pick them for herself to take home. What? I explained that it wasn't a good time as I was working. She dismissed my words and further said she wouldn't bother me, but she wanted me to let her into my back gate that was locked so she could pick the apples for herself to make jam while I worked. I felt she was being pushy and not listening to me, so I told her again, no, it wasn't a good time. Again, she proceeded to interrupt my words and tells me she was driving by randomly, so she might not be on my side of the town again, so it worked best for her to pick them now. At this point, I'm worrying about my meeting and getting irritated, so I tell her she can pick them if she gives me $50. She gets very angry at my offer and starts to yell on my porch that I should give them to her for free because there's no way I can eat all the apples and they will probably go to waste or rot in my yard. Okay, that's more of a no now. Get lost, lady. What the hell? You're yelling at someone when you're asking them if you can take something of theirs? Entitled. She yells at me that she was doing me a favor by taking the apples and I should actually pay her. I was kind of dumbstruck at this point that the strange woman is yelling at me now for not letting her onto my private property during the workday to take things from my yard for free and getting mad for telling her no. I again tell her if she wants to pay me, I'll let her do it, but she can't do it for free now. She ends up giving me the middle finger and huffs off to her car while telling me I was selfish and greedy. So, am I the asshole for not letting a stranger come into my backyard to pick food for free and take it home without paying me for it? No, because she was so freaking rude anyways. Honestly, maybe if she was nicer about it, this person would have let them pick the apples. But no, she was not. She was so freaking entitled. She was like, I'm doing you a favor by picking you the apples. How could you tell me no? Like, she was getting mad already. What the hell, man? I don't get people like that. I'm doing you a favor by eating your apples. It's like when you have food, right? And you order the food for yourself and then the person takes your food and they're like, I'm just doing you a favor by finishing the food for you because I know you can't finish it. Alright, moving on. My fiance Lyric and I have been together for 5 years now, and I proposed to her recently. Her family was super happy for us, but mine were less so. My siblings were fine, though they all think I'm too young to get engaged. I'm 23. My parents are where the problem arose. They were always a little surprised that my fiance's name is actually Lyric. When they first met her, they asked her what her real name was. They dropped it, but I could tell there was a WTF going on in their heads. I told them they had such a strong reaction. They said they had never met someone with a name before. I pointed out that they had. Just one person, but still. They were never outright rude to her though, so I kept an eye on things between them, and she didn't feel like they were weird with her or rude. And I checked in with her when they were around my family, just to be sure. It was only when we announced the engagement that my parents told me I couldn't possibly marry someone named Lyric. And what would people think about me being married to one of those people who was given a ridiculous name by her parents and who chose to keep it as an adult instead of changing it to an actual name versus something her parents decided that would make her look cool and stand out? So the parents don't want them to marry someone because of someone's name? What does that have to do with them? Like, dude, is your kid married? What? Who cares? As long as your kid has no problem with it, then it doesn't really matter, does it? They said this is the real world, and people named Lyric, Ryder, Jaden, Sky, Meadow, Rosie, Indy, Katniss, Khaleesi, Brian Lee, Honey, etc. are the kind of people who get passed up for jobs and mocked behind their backs and pitied for sticking with something their parents saddled them with. Rosie? Why is Rosie a weird name? What? Jaden and Sky is also included? Well, these parents are freaking judgmental, man. Like, who cares? That's someone's name. Like, what? Why do you have a say in something like that? What the hell? They told me they did not want me to marry someone named Lyric, and I could find a respectable person who was not white trailer trash and clearly out to be an embarrassment to herself by proudly holding onto a name like Lyric. That's so rude. So you're like telling me, even if Lyric was an amazing person, they just wouldn't want him to marry someone because that's her name. So they would rather him marry someone with like a common name, but what if they're like a trashy person? I'm so confused. Why are some parents like this? Stop interfering with your kid's life. I told my parents they were wrong to say that, and I would not let them just insult Lyric like that without consequence. They said it's her parents they feel more disgusted by, but clearly she has been a bad influence. And what about my future kids with Lyric? Are they supposed to just accept having a little apple, Zoo and Ireland running around? They said they could not honestly accept a Lyric into the family. No one wants to be in your family anyways, honestly. Dude, what is wrong with them? Why do the parents think they're like from some like prestige royal family? Like, no. No. I said it was disgusting that they were being so awful about this, and to imply that Lyric isn't good enough because of a name shows how nasty and judgmental they are. I told them they should look at themselves before judging others like that. I told them it was them I was embarrassed by, not Lyric. I also told them not to worry about welcoming Lyric into the family because we wouldn't want to be a part of their family. I walked away from them at that point and I blocked them, but they got to my siblings who said I should never have insulted our parents and I should be grown enough to handle an argument better. Shut up, honestly. If your parents are trash, if your parents are terrible people, you don't need to respect them. Like, why? This person is a grown man now, he's not a kid. Alright? Seriously, if your parents are freaking terrible, you don't even have to talk to them anymore, right? After you move out, you can just go no contact. Freaking hell, man. The parents are freaking ridiculous. That's disgusting. Judging someone just based off of their name and not wanting your kid to marry someone because of someone's name, that's it. There are bigger problems out there and they're worried about a freaking name. How despicable. Alright, moving on. I have been living with my boyfriend for 6 months in a 2-bedroom, 780 square feet apartment. One bedroom is ours and the other is a multi-purpose storage room and guest bedroom at my office since I work from home. We recently found out his parents are in debt that would take years to recover from. I don't mind my partner helping his family financially or getting things they need as long as my life with him isn't greatly impacted, like him helping pay our bills, food, etc. He recently brought up allowing his little sister 16 to move into the room that is my office to help his parents not have to support her, but I am against it for several reasons. 1. This is my biggest reason I'm against it. Our sex life and intimacy will be greatly affected. He said he won't be comfortable doing it if she's here, and he would be fine not having sex for months if it means his sister can move in. I have a way higher libido and would not be able to handle this level of abstinence, and I know I would grow resentful of the situation. 2. I do a majority of the cooking, probably 95% of it, and I currently pay most of the groceries as he pays for our date nights. 3. I tend to do more cleaning as I work from home. I don't mind because I love taking care of my partner and he is cleanly, so it isn't too much trouble. 4. We split bills according to our wages. I make a little less than him, so I pay about 45% of the rent and utilities and we live in a high-cost state. 5. I tend to feel like a third wheel when we are out with his sister. He even calls her baby, which I think is weird. He once asked me to pay for my own bill once when us three went out to eat together because he has to pay for his and her food already. He also sits by her instead of me at restaurants, family events, or when we are out. I know if she moves in, I will most likely be the third wheel in our own home, and I don't want to live like this. But I am worried I may be acting selfish, and I want my partner to be happy. So, am I wrong for not wanting my boyfriend's sister to move in? I don't think they are, because that's going to change everything. I mean, it's going to be tough. If you're in a relationship with someone and you're already living with them, you did not sign up for their sister also living with you. I mean, sure, you can help the family out, but like, if your partner is like, oh yeah, if she moves in, I'm not going to be doing this with you, but we've always been doing it, and then everything is going to change, it's just like, so sad, right? It's like, what? But like, our life was so happy like this before, and then after she moves in, it's gonna be like freaking grey or something. Like, what the hell? Wait, and also, the fact that he calls his sister baby. I mean, it works if it's like baby sister, right? But like, not just baby. Not just baby. What the hell? Imagine if you guys are out, and then he calls his sister baby. So people are gonna be thinking that he's dating his sister, not you, because of the way that he addresses his sister. I know I wouldn't be okay with it, because another person, you don't know how they live, right? You don't know what they are like a person living. So like, that could really change everything. It's just like, you think you can move in with your friends, but then once you start living with them, it's a different story. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoy. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!